Hello! Part 2 time! Alright, part 2. Using the 7 difference formula to find the exact values of sine, cosine, and tangent. Oh my god, we gotta find all 3. Yes, okay? Now look at this. This is number 9 from your book, okay? So make sure you write the numbers, okay? 75 degrees is equal to 30 degrees plus 45. You're like, dumb is Trang. Okay, so what are we gonna do with this, right? So let's find the sine, cosine, and tan. So we're going to go sine of 75 degrees. But you know, you guys, normally we don't know this, right? That's why we got to use this. Rewrite it. Sine of 30 degrees plus 45. That's sum and difference formula. So right underneath here, sine U cosine V, right? Plus sine V cosine U. I like to write the formulas on the side, okay? Just keep writing it until you think you got it, okay? Sine of 30 degrees. Sine of 45 degrees. Plus cosine of 30 degrees. I'm going to erase the side here so we can make more room. Okay. All right. And cosine of 45 degrees. Oh, sorry. I wrote this wrong. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay. Sorry. Sine of 30 degrees. Cosine of 45 degrees plus sine of 45 degrees, right? We're taking the sine and cos, and then sine and cos of 30 degrees, okay? So sine of each and cosine of each. That's what we're doing, and we're adding it together. And then what do we get? This is half, right? Sine of 30. What's cosine of 45? Root 2 over 2, right? Plus root 2 over 2. And then cosine of 30 degrees is root 3 over 2. These are all things that we know, right? So we end up with sine of 75 degrees is going to equal whatever this product is, which is root 2 over 4. 1 plus root 3. I've simplified it, okay? If you want to simplify it more or leave it as multiplied, that's fine with me. See, sine of 75, it's like you would have never known because we're only known 30 degrees, 45 degrees, and we know like 60 degrees, right? We don't really know 75, but now we know a method to find any sine, cosine, tangent of any angle. So why don't you use the same kind of technique and use it for cosine? Stop the video and try it yourself. Because now you're looking for cosine of 30 degrees plus cosine of 45 degrees. And if you want, write the formula underneath, right? Cosine of u plus v. What is that, right? That means it's going to be cos of u, cos of v, minus sine of u, sine of v, right? Okay? All right, go ahead. So this one was sine of u, cosine of v, plus sine of v, cosine of u. Okay? So now we're going to write cosine of 30. I hope you stopped the video because you're doing it on your own, okay? All right, so I'm just narrating my process here. 45 degrees, that's going to be root 3 over 2. So if your unit circle is a little weak, you better brush up on that, okay? Root 2 over 2. And when I finally calculate this, I actually get cosine of 75 degrees, which is root 2 over 4 times root 3 minus 1 is my answer. Now, take a wild guess. How do you think we do tangent of 75? Drew got it. Tangent of 30 degrees plus 45 degrees, okay, is going to equal, well, let's actually write our formula for really quick, okay? So tangent of u, right? Tangent of u plus tangent of v all over 1 minus tangent of u, tangent of v. I like to write it every time because then I get used to it and I don't even need to bother like memorizing it from my heart. I can just kind of, it comes to me naturally, tangent of 45, okay? All over 1 minus tan 30, tan 45, okay? And you get here, tangent of 30 is what? Root 3 over 3, I hear you yelling, okay? Tangent of 45 is what? 1, okay? And this is 1 minus root 3 over 3, right? Because tangent of 45 is 1, so I'm going to just write that 1, but we don't really need to. And when you simplify that sucker, you get tangent of 75 degrees. You should get is, so I know like your multiplication skills and your algebra calculations is a little weak. Make sure you do complex fractions here. So I would multiply by 3. I would multiply by 3. Then I get root 3 plus 3 over 3 minus root 3. Okay, and you can leave your answer like that, or if you want to multiply top and the bottom by its conjugate to simplify, you should get this, which is actually this. Are you ready? It's going to be root 3 plus 2. And that's your final answer on the calculator. Check it again. Check it again. When you plug in tangent of 75 degrees, do you indeed get the value of root 3 plus 2, which should be about 3.73 something, 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 as this is 1.73 something, 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 okay? Check with your calculators, all right? All right. Let's go on to part 3. But you guys, stop the video, watch it slowly. Don't speed up the video in any way if you're having trouble, okay? Let's go here. All right. Here's part 3 for you. Part 3. There's up to part 5 for this section. So now, use the sum and difference formula to write the expression as sine, cosine, and tangent again, okay? So I'm going to give you this. What the factor? This part is actually way easier. What you see right here, isn't this some sort of formula that you recognize? Is this a sum and difference or is this a difference? This one is the tangent difference formula, okay? Tangent difference formula, okay? So what are the two angles that you got, right? So all you have to do is, you're right, tangent of 325 degrees minus 86 degrees, which is tangent of 239 degrees. So it's like Miss Chang asking you, hey, find tangent of 239. And you would have to show me this, but we went reverse way. Okay? All right. How about something like this? You try number 27 on your own. What if I gave you, I want you to use the sum and difference formula to write the expression as a sine, cosine, or tangent. Look at what's given to you. I see co, sin, sin. Co, sine, sine. That means it must be what formula? Yep. Say it to each other. Go. Okay, I heard you. I think you said cosine. Is it the sum or difference? Remember, cosine is difference here. That means it's cosine sum. Okay, so it's going to be cosine pi over 7 plus pi over 5, which gives you cosine of 12 pi over 35. So you guys, listen. They talk in degrees to you, you speak back in degrees. They speak to you in radian, you better speak back in radian as well, okay? Okay, let's move on to part. Are we okay with this? Just making sure. Let's go to part 4. Remember, stop the video if you have to, okay? So now I'm gonna go here, part 4. I'll stop after part 4 so you guys can get to work a little bit, okay? Find the exact value of the trig function given this. What the factor is this talking about, okay? Now, you got to do some organization. Sine of u is 5 over 3. Oh, it's positive. But they're telling you that it's positive. So positive, that means it could be here or here. But they're verifying that it's going to be in the first quadrant, okay? So sketch it out if you have to. I know you've done that already. How about cosine of negative? Cosine is negative here and here, right? But if they tell you it's between pi and pi over 2. So pi over 2 is here and pi, so it must be in the third quadrant, okay? So make sure you guys draw that picture, okay? So I guess I like to draw it like the way it should look. So 3 and then 5 here, okay? Kind of sketch that for yourself and kind of take that in, okay? All right. All right, so now let's try number 37. They say to find they want you to find the cosine of u plus v, okay? Given this information here, this is what? Cos u, cos v, minus sine u, sine v, right? So we're going to use that. So now, what's your cosine of u? That's what you got to find, right? You're like, well, I don't know what my cosine of u is here, and this is my v, right? What is this length here? 169 minus 25 is 144, is minus is 12, okay? They didn't give you this value here. What is that guy? It's a 3, 4, 5, so it's going to be 4. So these are the values that you have to calculate before proceeding. So tell me, what's cosine of u? I heard you. You said 12 over 13. What's cosine of v? I heard you. Negative 3 over fifths. Minus. What's sine of u? Yep, it's given. 5 over 13. What's sine of v? You're right. It's 4 fifths. Positive. So when you actually calculate that, you get negative 56 all over 65. Okay? You guys, what I want you to do is now stop and try this right now. Okay? Try this and don't forget plus 4 and plus 3. Okay? Try that. And look forward to part 5.